search of clues about Nanakusa's past. Yamori and Nanakusa visited a hospital where they encountered Kabura, who worked there. Sensing that she was hiding something, Yamori asked Kabura to share what she knew. Kabura agreed, but only if they accepted her condition. Nanakusa and Yamori had to dress as a nurse and a patient, respectively. "This is a hospital, I don't want unnecessary trouble," she said, urging them to move quietly. She told Yamori that if he wanted answers, he'd have to investigate himself, but sternly warned them not to enter the abandoned room 307. Nanakusa had expected Kabura's condition to involve something like drinking Yamori's blood. After all, Kabura's favorite pastime was stealing others' familiars. She'd even prepared a retort on that into NTR. But instead, the two wandered aimlessly until they reached the forbidden room 307. Seeing the door plastered with seals, Nanakusa declared, "This place is definitely haunted." Yamori searched online for ghost stories about the hospital and found rumors of a nurse in uniform who could walk through walls into room 307. He figured it must be Kabura and suspected the room held something related to Nanakusa. He decided to ask Kabura for permission to enter, but Nanakusa predicted she'd just say, "No. Ask again, and I'll kill you." After all, Kabura had always been the type to say irritating things. Yamori suddenly noticed that Nanakusa spoke as if she'd known Kabura for a long time. He recalled how, when they first met, Kabura's concern for Nanakusa seemed to go beyond mere camaraderie. Just then, a sudden urge to pee interrupted his thoughts. He asked the Nanakusa to get off his back so he could use the restroom, but while they were separated, Kabura secretly took Yamori away. She asked if he'd become her familiar, but Yamori refused, saying he'd only ever be Nanakusa's. Then, he posed his own theory. Was Nanakusa Kabura's familiar? Meanwhile, Nanakusa, growing impatient, barged into the restroom, only to find Yamori gone. Anxious, he searched the hospital alone until a strange figure startled her, causing her to stumble into room 307. Inside, she found a photo frame. She took it and confronted Kabura just in time to overhear her conversation with Yamori. Tossing the frame at Kabura, Nanakusa declared, "Actually, it's the opposite. Kabura is my familiar." Naturally, their guesses had all been wrong, leaving both Yamori and Nanakusa deeply embarrassed. The photo showed Nanakusa and Kabura together, but strangely, Nanakusa was dressed as a nurse while Kabura wore a patient's gown. With the truth exposed, Kabura dropped the act. She led them back to room 307 and explained that vampires could see memories through blood. She tossed Nanakusa a blood bag, saying it contained the blood of her human self and all the answers she sought were inside. Upon drinking it, the perspective shifted to Kabura's memories. In her human days, Kabura was sickly, spending most of her time bedridden in the hospital. The nurse who cared for her looked identical to Nanakusa, and over time they became friends. One day, Kabura asked for her name. Nanakusa had her. Eventually, Kabura recovered and left the hospital. But her long absence had made her an outcast among her friends. When she overheard them calling her a burden, the stress made her collapse again. Back in the hospital, she reunited with Haru, who was furious on her behalf. "I hate people who badmouth others behind their backs," Haru said. When Kabura tried defending her friends, Haru bluntly told her they weren't real friends. She hugged Kabura and asked, "What kind of person do you want to be?" At the time, Kabura didn't know how to answer, until her so-called friends visited, casually talking about playing together after her discharge, completely ignoring her health. That's when Kabura realized they never truly knew her. Heartbroken, she confided to Haru, "I hate everything. My family. My friends. Will I always be surrounded by things I despise? I just want a normal life to run and jump like everyone else." "Kabura, is there someone you love?" Haru suddenly asked. "You already know the answer." With that, Haru drank Kabura's blood, and from that day on, Kabura began her new life as a vampire. Judging by appearances, Haru should indeed be Nanakusa's mother, so why does Nanakusa have no memory of her? Follow my channel for the latest anime breakdowns as soon as they drop.